Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to make a video on how I started working with ShxtsNGigs. A lot of people ask me how I got into it, and people have made assumptions like I was mates with them before and all this sort of stuff. So I just thought I'd make a video about how I started working with ShxtsNGigs. So for people who don't know, ShxtsNGigs are a podcast in the UK, and I work for them as an editor and videographer. And I've been working with them now full time for about 3 years now, which is awesome. So I thought I'd make this video today because previously I never had a job in editing or photography or videography or graphic design or anything like that. I never had a job in it before. So I want to make a video to tell my story and hopefully just inspire a few people, because it's not something where, you know, I was born into it or knew people in the industry. I've built up a portfolio on my own and managed to land a job. And I just wanted to put that out there, and I think it's a nice story to tell. So we're gonna start off in 2020 in lockdown, okay? Obviously a shit time for everyone. Fucking lockdown, terrible, boring, you can't work, so you're just sitting on your ass doing nothing. I hated it. And I used to work in a kitchen. So I was a pot washer at first. And at the time, restaurants weren't open in the UK, so you couldn't work, and it was shit. So I always wanted to do graphic design and editing, all this stuff as a job, right? And I was always doing little side jobs here and there whilst working my kitchen job. And when lockdown came through, I also had a lot of time on my hands, so I started designing a lot of graphics. And then my mate sent me a TikTok, and it was of James and Fuad. And this was before they blew up. It was just a really, really funny clip, basically, of them. And I found it really funny. And I ended up going to their page on their YouTube and going through the episodes. And I'm pretty sure they're on episode like 51, something like that. So we're talking like 2020, they're on like episode 51 or something. And yeah, this is like early days. I ended up watching a couple of videos and I just found them funny. Genuinely just found them funny. I was like, this is funny. Like, they were filming it in lockdown, which is like the perfect time. So many people blew up over lockdown because everyone's just chilling, everyone's just watching stuff. And I just thought, I'm gonna create a graphic for them. I seen that they had merch on. They had like their own hoodies on and stuff. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just gonna create them a little logo for their merch, send it over to them, let's see what happens. And the graphic I ended up creating was, their slogan at the time was always find the funny. And I created that into a graphic, which you can see on screen now. And it's nothing crazy. It is a very, very simple graphic. Looking back on it, really isn't that good. Like, it just isn't that good, but I made that anyway. And what I did is I messaged them on Twitter and I sent it over to them. I just said, like, big fan of the show. I wish I still had the DM. I haven't got the account anymore, but I basically said, like, I'll see if they can find it on their Twitter, and I'll see if I can recover the DM, because I think it'll be very interesting to look back at it. But I basically messaged them and said, dude, love the show. Like, just wanted to send through a design, what I did, blah, blah, blah. And they just said, yeah, thank you so much, duh, duh. That was it. Didn't hear anything. And then I want to say, give it a couple of months, I had a DM off them on Twitter, and it said, we've got a new merch line coming up. Do you want to design it? And I was like, fuck yes, mate, obviously. Fuck yeah, man, of course. And I've never been like proper, I've never done this as a job properly before. I blagged it. I honestly just blagged it. I remember, I think it was James who messaged me. He said like, oh, I want to see like a little portfolio. Fucking hell, I just got together. I did actually design the stuff, but there was such like random designs. I just whacked them together on like a Microsoft PowerPoint and like screenshotted it. And I was like, here you go, mate, here's my work. It was so shit, but yeah, he was just like, mate, we really like the first design. Do you want to design our merch? I jumped on a call with them and they told me about like a few ideas, what they wanted to do. Cool, got all that, and then I started designing them, and I was struggling. I'll be honest with you, behind the scenes, I was fucking struggling. Obviously, I didn't let them know that at the time, be professional, but I was proper struggling with the design. The thing is about me, I love design, I love graphic design and stuff, but I'm not good at drawing. I'm not good at drawing at all. And yeah, I was struggling, but I managed to get them done. It took a long time to do. I don't know how quick I did them. I want to say it took a few weeks. I want to say it took like probably like 3 weeks, I reckon. And I presented the designs to them, and they absolutely loved them. They were like, mate, this is incredible, duh, 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 duh. And that was great. And then that was it. And at the time, they paid me £30 per design. and I did 5 designs, I think, 150 quid. And then, yeah, I sent it over to them, all sorted. And then after that, didn't hear from them. Cool. It was fun whilst it lasted. But I was like, oh no, cool. Like, you know, I've done that. That's a great portfolio piece. I've done a whole merch line. That's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And then I was still not working at the time because it was lockdown. Still couldn't work. It was doing my head in. Oh, I hated not working. It was actually pissing me off. If they ever do another lockdown, I ain't doing it, mate. I'd rather work and just get fucking ill. Like, what's the point? I remember my mum's partner is a plasterer. And I remember he said, oh, do you want to do a bit of labouring for some cash? And I was like, yeah, man, I need to fucking work. And I went work with him. And I distinctly remember I went work with him, I was working, and he said, oh, I'll go have a break. I was like, cool. Made myself a coffee, and I sat down, and I got a DM off the boys again. And it said, oh, do you want to do a Valentine's merch design for us, which we can sell at Valentine's Day? I was like, yes, mate. I remember being in this kitchen, I was on my own in this kitchen, and I was like, fuck yeah, man. Like, let's go. I've got another fucking merch on. Let's go. I designed that. They wanted 2 different versions. They were shit. Oh, I don't know how they got approved, to be honest with you. I genuinely think they were terrible. This is the thing about looking back at your old work. You always critique it and always think this is shit, which is a good thing because it shows growth. It shows growth with your work. So it's very important. I'm not saying that to get down on myself. I'm saying it because it genuinely is shit and you learn from it and you grow. But yeah, I designed a lollipop-like design, like a love heart lollipop sort of thing. I remember that was one of their ideas. And another idea, they wanted like a text message saying like send nudes or whatever. Designed them, again, 30 quid each. So that was a nice little 60 quid. Sent that off and then all good. And then again, didn't hear anything for a little bit. And then at this time, I was back at work. So I was back at work. I remember I landed myself another kitchen job because I left my other place, went to another kitchen job and I was working. And then I got another DM off them. Yo, we're doing another merch line. Do you want to do this? And I was like, fuck yes, yes. I was like, yeah, man, let's go. So yeah, then I designed that. Again, shit, like, mate, they were terrible. That got sorted, right? All good. And then from there, again, didn't really hear back for a while. And then I remember having a really shitty day at work. I finished and I didn't drive or anything at this point either. So I remember just walking up to the bus stop and I was absolutely battered. I was really hating working in a kitchen. You know, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do editing and filming and photography and whenever I do these jobs on the side, like designing the merch for the boys, I just got such a thrill of doing it because I love it. It's a passion of mine. I enjoy doing it. But then it was kind of like a weird thing because I'd like be really enjoying doing this. And then it's kind of like snap back to reality. It'd be like, oh my God, I get to design this, and then whenever that project would end, it's snap back to reality. It's working 13-hour shifts in a fucking kitchen, sweating your tits off and feeling like shit. And anyway, I was super tired. I was waiting at this bus stop and I remember going onto Instagram and there was a story what ShxtsNGigs posted and it said, we're looking for an editor. I was like, holy shit. I messaged them straight away. I'm pretty sure the post was up for like 2 minutes or something. It was only up for a little amount of time. I swiped up straight away. I said, yo, lads, obviously you've used me for merch and stuff before. I can edit. I do video editing as well. They replied straight away, amazing, let's jump on a call. I was like, fuck yeah, man, let's go. Went on the call with them. We basically just had a big conversation. They were basically like, you're making our lives so much easier because we don't have to vet someone. We don't have to go for anything. You edit as well. That's amazing. We can bring you on board. The price was £15 an edit, which it was just editing the podcast episodes. There was no clips or anything like that. Just editing the podcast episodes. £15. It's just mental. And I did it because I loved what I did, and it's a break into the industry. Do you know what I mean? It's more of a portfolio piece than anything. It was just a part-time role. It's not like they brought me on full-time or anything like that. Obviously not with £15 an edit, but yeah, it was like editing 1 episode a week. That was it. It was nothing crazy. They sent me the first lot of footage, whacked it onto my PC, opened up Premiere Pro, crashed. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. I couldn't even play the footage. My PC was fucked. It couldn't edit. And I was like, shit. I just got this editing job and I can't edit. Fuck. And I was broke. I had no money. I had no fucking money to get anything. And I was like, shit. And I am such like I hate financing stuff. I absolutely hate financing stuff. I don't like it. I feel like I owe someone money. I don't like it. I want to buy my own shit. And I remember my grandma had an Argos card, like a Argos credit card where you can obviously get stuff from Argos with. And if you don't know what Argos is, it's basically like fucking Amazon in real life. It just has loads of shit. And I remember messaging my grandma and I was like, I need a laptop for editing for this job. Can you whack it on your Argos card and I'll pay you when I can pay you? So she doesn't have to pay any money and I don't have to pay any money at first. It basically allows you to pay nothing up until like 6 months and then you can pay it off within those 6 months basically. So you just pay as much as you can. And that's what I did. And I was like, look, like put this on your Argos card. I swear to God, I'll pay you. And it was expensive as well. It was like £1,200. The most amount of money I've ever spent in my life. It was insane. And I was like, but I need this laptop because it had really good specs. Really, it would be amazing to edit off. And it was. And then I edited the first episode. Again, the first edit was shit. Like the guys were happy with it, but it was terrible. I remember I went way overboard on the editing. Like I put too many images on screen. I used to do this shitty like colored border over the images and stuff. It was awful, but hey, it was just at the time, it was early doors. And the thing is, it worked out well because James and Fuad were just getting started and I was just getting started. So we kind of just worked up together. It was really nice. And it was really, really difficult sometimes because obviously I'd work in the kitchen for like 12, 13 hour shifts. And then I'd come home and I'd have to edit some days and it was getting crazy. And I was editing, it went from 1 episode a week to 2 episodes a week and I was editing them and it just built up and it was a lot. It was a lot. And then I was doing little side gigs with them every now and then. So sometimes they'd be like, oh, do you want to come with us to this event and film it for us and stuff like that? And I was like, fuck yeah, I took every opportunity I could get. And I was not paid a lot for it. And that's not a dig on them. It's just, that was just the time. We were both coming up. We both couldn't afford shit. And things were snowballing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I remember having a conversation with James and he was like, oh, like, would you, like in the future, would you want to come with us full time or like as an editor, or do you want to go and do your own thing? And I was like, I'd love to work with you guys full time at some point. Like, I think that would be the dream. It'd be amazing. And he was like, okay, cool. And then we didn't speak about it for ages. And then one day, James messaged me. And again, I had a really shitty shift in the kitchen. And I remember finishing my shift and there was a bar in this restaurant I worked at and I got a drink at the bar. And I was chilling with my mate who I worked with and I got this message off James and it was a voice note. And I'm gonna play you this voice note now.
We've secured a London studio. So over the next few weeks, I'll probably be back and forth in contact with you in terms of setting it up and what things we should get for it and all that stuff. And then, bro, I think in a few weeks, it's time for you to pack your bags out that fucking job, bro, and come on down and let's do it.
And yeah, that was the turning point. That was the turning point. He messaged me and said, hand in your notice. You're coming on full time, hand in your notice, you're done. And I was like, fucking hell. And I remember just being baffled when he sent me that message. I was literally at the bar, like listening to it like this. And then I was like, holy shit. And then I remember my mate was like, oh, what's up? And I was like, I just played it him. Because he knew that I was working with this podcast. Because I'd tell people who I liked. And he listened to it and he was like, holy shit, bro. That's fucking amazing. And I was like, I can't believe it. Like, that's it. I remember just being like, holy shit, that's it, I'm out. I'm actually out, I'm gonna get out of this place now. And I handed in my notice and my work was pissed. I mean, to be fair, James even said, don't actually hand in your notice. I think he was like, just quit. And I was like, no, let's not burn bridges here. You know what I mean? It might fuck up with you lot. I need to still have a job. If this doesn't work out, I still need to have a job. I still need to pay bills, you know what I mean? And he was like, nah, just fucking quit. And I was like, no, I've got to do this notice thing. But I remember at my old work, you had to do 4 weeks notice. I gave him 2. Because James gave me a start date. He said, oh, you're starting here. And I was like, holy shit, dude. And I handed in my 2 weeks. My work were pissed. They were like, this is ridiculous. You shouldn't be giving us this less of notice. I was like, do you know what? Just go fuck yourself. Like, the thing is, they treated me like shit anyway. Like, I had good moments there, but they did treat me like shit. They were taking the piss out of me, where eventually I did get promoted to chef, but before that, I was doing all the chef duties and not getting paid for it. Like, they were taking the piss out of me. It's just kitchens though. It happens in every kitchen. And yeah, they were pissed off, but fuck them, who cares? And I started, and I remember I went into London. So they bought a studio in London. They were like, we bought a studio in London, and I went down, whilst I was still working in the kitchen, I went down to this studio and I was like, holy fucking shit, this is amazing. And yeah, my job was to record the podcast for them, edit the podcast for them, and yeah, just be part of the fucking team and help them make content basically. And it was amazing. It's a dream job. And I started my job, so my last day at work was Halloween. It was 31st of October, 2022. That was my last day at my kitchen job. And from then, I've been with them full time. And it's been amazing. It's been a crazy, crazy journey. I got to be with them from the beginning. Like, I knew them when they were working 9 to 5s. Do you know what I mean? And we just built up and built up and built up. And it's awesome, man. It's a privilege to have been able to see them go to where they are now. Like, now they're massive. And yeah, I've been with them ever since. It's changed a lot now. It has changed a lot. So obviously it used to just be me, and now there's like a whole team of people. The team is probably like 11 people now or something, I don't even know. Whereas obviously before it was just me. And I've learned so much. Like, yeah, like I said, I didn't know people in the industry who taught me stuff. Like, I had to teach myself. I didn't have any connections. It just happened through DMing them. And this is advice I would give to people. If you want to get into the industry, you have to do free work and network. You have to message people. Like, I like Gary Vee. Gary Vee always talks about, if you want to get into something, send people messages every single day. Like, apply for jobs every single day. Like, get into the industry. You can get into it. I just hope it kind of serves as a little bit of inspiration, because I think some people got the wrong idea. I think some people thought I was mates with them. I knew them already. I was already working in the industry before and all that stuff. Not true. I'm just a fucking normal kid. I just worked hard and used to do work for really, really cheap and for free a lot of the time, and just built it up and built it up and built it up, and it paid off. Like, you've just got a network. Like, with the power of social media now, you just have to message people. You have to message people. You have to get your name out there. You have to get yourself out there. You've just got to put that hustle in. Like, I've been there. I understand how fucking difficult it is. I genuinely understand it. My life for a long time, I was overworking myself so badly, where I was like in the kitchen and editing on the side, doing all these gigs on the side, trying to build up portfolio, trying to build up money, trying to build up reputation. It's hard, man. It's very difficult. And that's why a lot of people don't do it. And because it is difficult, it's very difficult to do, and you have to put yourself out there, and it's fucking hard. And sometimes people don't talk about it, people glamorize it, but you can do it. I swear to God, you can do it. Like, I didn't have any connections, man. Like, there were so many times where I felt so fucking lost, and like I was genuinely like, I don't know how I'm gonna break into this industry. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. And it just worked out, man. It just worked out. And some people will probably still say it's lucky. It's like, oh, you're lucky you found them early and da-da-da. But the thing is, I still put the work in. It's not like I knew them. I still had to put the work in. I still had to do these designs for cheap, do these edits for cheap. I did a lot of free work as well to just build up that reputation and build up that portfolio and build up that thing for myself. And you just got to put the work in, man. And that's the advice I would give, is just do a shit ton of free work, message your favorite YouTubers, your favorite people, people you want to work with, the industry you want to work with, do free work, get stuff out there. That's what I would say. Obviously, I still work with the boys and stuff, still with them, but I'm doing a lot of my own stuff now as well. I'm experimenting with different stuff, and I'm trying to break into different industries, and I'm just trying to do other stuff, and I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to do different stuff, and I think that's super important. And yeah, that's the story. I've been with them now for like 3 years, full time. But obviously, yeah, it started off in lockdown, just part-time on the side. And I thought I'd share my story. I think it's quite interesting. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it. There's a story. There's a story. And who knows what's gonna happen next, genuinely. I'm just gonna keep learning and just keep doing stuff. I'm just gonna keep creating stuff. I really wanna take my content more. I wanna do more of my own content and make more stuff. Similar to like Peter McKinnon and stuff. I just wanna make content around things I love, like photography and filmmaking and editing and stuff like that. I just want to really push my own content now. This is so fun to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.